Welcome back to this story. New York Attorney General Letitia James moved to have New York State's highest court reinstate President Trump's staggeringly huge civil fraud penalty. It's appealing a lower court decision that cut the potential $500 million civil fraud fine to zero. Let's welcome back to the show Julien Epstein. Julien has 15 years of Capitol Hill experience. He served as a former chief counsel for House Judiciary during the Clinton impeachment. Julien, it's great to see you again. When you saw this story, what was your reaction?
Liz, thanks for having me. It's the same reaction that I've had with most of Letitia James' antics in her pursuit of Trump. It's doubling down on dumb. The case in the appeals court in New York in August, you had mostly liberal Democratic appointed judges who all said that the judgment was way out of whack, that it was an Eighth Amendment violation. The notion that you have $500 million fine when all of the affected parties in the case, from Deutsche Bank on down, said that there was no harm. This was an abusive prosecution. It was a political prosecution. The whole thing, in my view, should be thrown out.
Okay, we got breaking.
And she will not prevail.
We got breaking news coming in. Yep. This is about how Democrats have been going soft on crime, soft on illegal aliens breaking the law. Breaking news: Fox News' Bill Mallusion is just tweeting out, quote, Fox has obtained an email that ICE sent to Kilmar Abrego Garcia's lawyers, notifying them that ICE now plans to deport him to the tiny African nation of Eswatini due to Kilmar Abrego Garcia claiming fear of persecution and torture in about 22 other nations. ICE says this is hard to take seriously what he's saying about these claims of persecution and torture. Julien, what do you make of this breaking news that he could be deported now to Eswatini?
No surprise. Eswatini, for your viewers' knowledge, is a tiny, tiny country on the east coast of South Africa, the southern coast of Mozambique. Very, very small. But, Democrats have been rallying around Abrego Garcia. This guy had 2 hearings in 2019, 6 years ago, Liz, before immigration judges at the Justice Department. And in both instances, they said he's not only deportable, but he was, at least in the appeals case, that he was a member of a violent gang. So the fact that Democrats have circled around and sort of valorized this guy puts them again on the wrong side of the immigration issue, as they have been on the wrong side of the crime issue. And the reason that I think so many voters are not with Democrats today is because they see Democrats as tearing down things that are important: law enforcement, closed borders, sort of gender rules, on down the line, and all these cultural issues. The Democrats have become in large part a nihilist party that tears down things that most voters think are important. That's why they are in the dumps when it comes to the polling.
He's accused of beating his wife. He's accused of human smuggling from Texas to Maryland. He's been in basically the Democrat zone as somebody to support and to back. This is as Illinois governors J.B. Pritzker is telling people to protest against law enforcement if law enforcement, as Trump is saying he will do, comes into Chicago to stop rampant crime and to deport illegal aliens in Chicago as well. There's an estimated 550,000 illegal aliens inside Chicago. It's being tormented by dozens of gangs, 134,000 gang members in Chicago. So they're supporting, fighting Trump, not fighting crime in Chicago. They're supporting, as you point out, people like Kilmar Abrego Garcia, an accused wife beater and human smuggler. They're going after Trump for trying to crack down on narco-terrorists. This is literally an 80-20 issue. AP North poll, 81% say crime is a problem, Julien. How much longer can Democrats go with this strategy?
They are so drunk on the hatred for Trump that they can't see common sense solutions in front of them. Again, Abrego Garcia has already been adjudicated to be a member of a violent gang. And in Chicago, Democrats have talked about Black Lives Matters. Well, I think the question to Democrats is this a genuine concern, as you said it was in 2020, or are you only concerned about it when it's politically convenient for you? Because a police surge in Chicago right now could save hundreds of Black lives, potentially. 600 or plus are killed on an annual basis, or murdered on an annual basis. It's one of the highest crime rates in the modern world. And Democrats have this notion that, the status quo is okay. That is what we call the soft bigotry of low expectations. Here's an opportunity to work with the other party to solve the problem. And the Democrats, again, they're so drunk on anti-Trump hatred that they can't see the common sense in front of them.
Julien Epstein, thank you so very much for dealing with that breaking news. Kilmar Abrego Garcia has been informed he will be deported to the small African nation of Eswatini. Thank you so much, Julien Epstein. I appreciate you so very much.